For this assignment, I wanted to look into Google Classroom. Google Classroom is more of a e-learning or blended learning platform. However, because it's automatically synced to a user's Google Drive, it naturally creates an e-portfolio for the user as well. One of the biggest things with using Google Classroom is the district must have Google accounts already set up. If your district does have Google accounts set up for the teachers and students, you will immediately see one of the biggest advantages is its accessibility from a teacher standpoint and also a student standpoint. One of the big things with students is they can access it on any type of device, whether they are in school or outside of school, as long as they have internet access. I found as a teacher, this is what it would look like from the teachers page. This shows my classes right here and right here. This class over here, I'm actually the student in as part of a professional development workshop. But if I go into my classroom, you will see it's very user friendly. Everything is laid out for them. Um, Now, for the portfolio aspect of Google Classroom, everything is uploaded into a Google Drive. Now, you can see my drive is completely empty for this class. This is because I do not use it with my students. One of the biggest disadvantages I have found with using Google Classroom as a portfolio system is the amount of time it would take in order to set the students up with logging into the classroom and just learning how to get used to submitting assignments. I do not see my students on an everyday basis, nor do I see them for longer than a marking period. Therefore, I do not feel taking teaching time in order to show them how to use Google Classroom is worth it. Um, so the two main disadvantages of using Google Classroom as a portfolio is your district needs to have Google account and use Google Apps for Education, and you also have to be willing to take the time to teach your students how to use and operate. Advantages of using Google Classroom are, like I said, its accessibility, its user-friendly interface, and if you are willing to take time out of your instructional time to work with the students and get them into the routines, it is easy to join and set up, especially if they're going to use it in other classrooms as well. Um, then everything will be stored. It will become a routine for them, and it will be easier as the year goes on. Another big advantage to using this as a portfolio is all the assignments, all the students' work is organized and protected. It's also saved and stored for future use if a student were to use it within or during the future. Um, in our school, there's only one teacher who actually utilizes Google Classroom, and she has mixed reviews. She actually enjoys using it. She finds a lot of positives in it. However, she's noticed because not too many other teachers are using it, some students don't really enjoy or are getting much out of it. Therefore, she provides them with options to either submit their work through Google Classroom or they can still continue to hand it in um, on paper. Before you get into creative uses for Google Classroom, you got to make sure you're using it frequently in order for the students to get the hang of it. Um, when it has become routine and part of your instruction The portfolio is a great way to provide instant feedback for your students, provide students the opportunity to work collaboratively with other students, um, and also allow them to submit assignments at any point. So, in conclusion, um, some of the advantages of using Google Classroom as an e-portfolio is its accessibility from different platforms or devices, its user-friendly interface. The documents are protected and can be stored for use in the future, and it allows for easy feedback and communication between students to teacher or students to student. Some of the biggest disadvantages are your school district has to use Google Apps for Education and set you up with a Google account. And you also have to be willing to sacrifice some teaching time in order to get the students used to submitting assignments onto Google Classroom and also get them used to accessing their portfolio with their Google Drive.